Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back. So you had a nice holiday yesterday. I'm sure you had fun and enjoyed Krishnashtami. So let's get back to business. I'm K. Shailaja Rao, soft skill trainer, and today I'm going to do something that a lot of us do all the time. That is speak and use a lot of vocabulary. Let's see if you can read this. Try reading this aloud. I just want you to read it aloud and see how you can better it. Prashant is a happy boy. He was happy to visit his grandparents in the holidays. He was very happy to see them after a long time. His grandparents were also happy to meet him after ages. There was happiness all around. So what did you notice in this paragraph? What did you notice? So what you notice here is a lot of happiness, right? Happy, happy, also happy, very happy, happiness. So does that sound a little, sometimes, after the first two happies, you feel that, the word is coming back again and again. I wish they would change it, right? We do feel that like that, right? So let's see if you could recognize that. So what can you do to make a change, to make the same paragraph more interesting? Let's look at this. See, the same paragraph, but with different words. Let's look at this. Prashant is a happy boy. He was delighted to visit his grandparents in the holidays. He was elated to see them after a long time. His grandparents were also overjoyed to see him after ages. There was merriment all around. So what is happening here? What is the difference between the earlier paragraph and this paragraph? The meaning is the same, but the words, the vocabulary has changed, right? The word happy, which was repeated again and again and again, which was kind of, jarring to the ears, and sometimes you get bored hearing to the same word, right? So what has happened here is, we have used different words which have the same meaning, right? So we've used different words to pronounce or to mean happiness. So all the words happy, delighted, elated, overjoyed, merriment, what are these called? These are all called synonyms of happy. So this is what we're going to discuss today, synonyms. So what are synonyms? I'm sure you would have understood from that paragraph what synonyms are. Synonyms are words which you use in place of the same word again and again. So why does this happen? Why is it important? You just saw one example, why it happens, why it is important. Because you would not, I'm sure you would not like to see the same word again and again and again. Because it is boring. It is even your eyes, even if you're not reading it aloud, even your eyes, when they see the same word, they get bored. So you have to keep on changing. That's why you need to have a lot of vocabulary. So you all say Happy Christmas or Merry Christmas. You say, I was delighted when I heard the news, or I was so happy when I heard the news. I was elated also means happy. I was overjoyed when I got the result. Overjoyed also means excessive happiness, like, very happy. So happy has so many synonyms. So let's look at why and what are synonyms. A word or phrase that means exactly, but it need not be exactly, even if it's nearly the meaning of the original word, it still is accepted. So exactly or nearly the same as another word in the same language. For example, shut is a synonym for close. You're tired, shut your eyes for a few minutes, you'll feel better. Close your eyes for a few minutes, you'll feel better. Shut the door, close the door. So, shut and close. Similarly, we have other words like, one or two more words are expressions of the same language that have again the same meaning or in some or all sentences. Let's look at this. Kids, infants, children, you can call them small children, babies, or so these are all synonyms of the same thing, children, right? You can call them kids, you can call them infants, depending on their age you can call them different things. And similarly, gift, present. So gift is a synonym for present. More synonyms here. Look at some synonyms. I'm sure these synonyms are pretty easy and you come across this all the time, but there are some words which synonyms are a little more difficult. That is why when you read something, you don't understand the exact word, read it in the context of the sentence. Don't read only the word, read the whole sentence again, and there is 100% chance or 90% chance that you will understand what that word means. It could be a word that you already know, it's just a synonym of a word that you already know. So it's just been replaced with that word. So always in the context you try to understand the meanings of the word. Like, when you say bad, I had an awful experience last year. I had a terrible accident. Or it was horrible. So these are all horrible, awful, terrible. I can think of a lot more. These are all synonyms of bad. Similarly, good. How are you? Good. You can say fine. You can say excellent. You can say great. How are you doing today? You can say good. I'm fine. Or you can say I'm doing excellent. Or I'm doing great. All these mean the same thing. Similarly, hot. It's a hot day, it's a burning day, it's a scalding day, it's a fury day, it's a boiling. When the heat is too much, you say it's boiling, fury, hot, or smoldering. Smoldering is also, when does coal smolder? When it is burning, So all these are synonyms of hot. And then cold. Cold again, chilly, freezing, frosty, snowy. All these are synonyms of cold. Actually, this chilly, freezing, frosty are not the same things. Chilly is when you're slightly cold. When you're freezing is when you're very cold. But still it is used as a synonym. We wanted to enjoy the chilly weather in Shimla, but it was freezing there. You don't say it was very chilly there. You want to tell how cold it was. It was freezing there. And it was also a little frosty. Frost is when, the frost ice, when it is like ash or powdery, that's called frost. Easy, simple, effortless, hard, difficult, challenging. I'm sure all of you can think of a lot more synonyms for all these things. Yeah, all of you replied happy. Very good, very good. Tiny tots. Yes, doubt, ma'am. What is a doubt? Video is not clear, ma'am. Is it clear now? Is it clear? Is it clear? Okay. Check your system there. I believe it is clear. And what was the doubt you wanted to ask? You can ask what your doubt is. I'll try and answer if I can. If you can see your doubt. Okay, if an exam bad is given and 4 options are given, and then the 4 option gives same meaning, then which option should we choose as the correct answer? Very good doubt. That is generally when in an exam when 4 options are given, generally they will give you different options. They might give 2 words which have the similar meaning, right? If I say chilly, cold, more than freezing, chilly would be a better option. If there are chilly and freezing is also given, you could say chilly is a better option. It is closer to being cold, because freezing is very, very cold, right? So that way you just have to use your common sense, and generally they don't give all with the same meaning. There will be slightly similar meaning, and one of them will be more appropriate than the others. You just have to think about it, put it in a sentence. Put it that way, you will understand better. Put those words in a sentence. In one sentence, put each word and see which sounds better. You've got your answer there. So synonyms for sunset. We say dusk, we say evening, we say twilight, we say sundown. These are all synonyms. Even those, even, evening, eventide, gloaming, all these are synonyms for sunset. But there is a slight difference. Twilight is more like in the morning, when the sun is not completely out and it's not completely in. That's called twilight zone, or it comes in the morning and the evening. Twilight can be used even early in the morning, not only for sunset. Dusk is generally used only for sunset, or nightfall is used, or evening is used only for sunset. Sundown is also used only for sunset. So a word having similar or identical meaning is called a synonym. The girl looks very beautiful. The synonym of beautiful is pretty. Can you think of some more words for beautiful, synonyms for beautiful? Give me the answers. Let me see if you get them right. Give me some answers for beautiful. Synonym. What is the synonym of problem? Problem is a challenge, a difficulty, a challenge. Synonym of problem. It's a challenge, it's a difficulty, it's a... So I gave you two: challenge, difficulty. That's for problem. So beautiful, give me some. So many answers, each one has fair, beautiful, dazzling, awesome, wonderful, attractive, pretty. Oh my God, you got so many. Very good. See, that's what happens when you think on the spot. You can think of so many answers. Now, see, as I told you, cold is more, chilly. If you have to choose one word from the list of 4, chilly is more closer to cold. Similarly, pretty, beautiful, cold, chilly, quiet, silent, elaborate, expand. So, elaborate. Give me some synonyms for elaborate. Elaborate. Elaborate means you know what it is. Give me more than expand. Detail, expand, space, stretch. These are all, explain. All these are synonyms for elaborate. Ma'am, can you explain it? Ma'am, can you elaborate it? Ma'am, can you tell me in detail? So these are all synonyms for elaborate. See, sometimes without knowing, we use the same words. We think shrimp and prawn are two different things. I always thought so till very recently. I thought shrimp is a completely different breed of animal, because some hotels you go to, they say shrimp's speciality shrimp on order is, I don't know, 400 rupees or something. And I thought shrimp was some speciality and prawn was something different. But I realized that shrimp and prawn are two similar, almost the same. It's just that a shrimp has 2 legs, claws on 2 pairs of legs, and a prawn has claws on 3 pairs of legs. That's all is the difference. So it's nothing else, no other difference other than it has 3 pairs of legs, has claws, and for a shrimp only 2 pairs of, we're not going to eat the claws, right? So it doesn't matter if it's a prawn or a shrimp. I really thought they were different, but then again lobsters are different. Lobsters are huge in size. So that's why they're called lobsters. So shrimps and prawns are the same. It's just a synonym for the same kind of seafood. And then weather. Weather and climate are also used interchangeably. How is the weather today? How's the climate today? But there's a slight change. Weather actually means the condition of the atmosphere at a place at a certain time. How was the weather in the morning today? Means in the morning, how was the atmosphere? How was the climate, atmosphere at that time? Was it hot? Was it humid? Was it raining? So, but how was the climate? Climate is the overall average of the weather at a place at a period, over a period of time. The climate during this time of the year is generally humid. So they're not talking about weather. They're talking weather is only at a certain point of time. The climate is over a period of time. But still, weather and climate are interchangeably used. How is the weather in your place? How is the climate in America at the moment? Probably spring. It's spring there. You know, it's the fall season they call it, where all the trees or the leaves fall off before the onset of winter. It's called the fall. We don't have the fall in India, but this is the fall season in America. So the weather, climate are again interchangeably used. Can we have the first video, please? Before we go to the next one, let's watch the first video.
Synonyms. Hi, Riversong's by Melissa. What are synonyms?
I light off just.
More importantly, how can understanding synonyms make me a better speaker and writer? Let's get started. Synonyms are two or more words having the same or nearly the same meaning. Oh no! What does that mean? It may sound confusing, so let me explain. It may be easy to remember that synonyms are words with the same meanings that synonym and same both begin with the letter S. Examples of synonyms are fast and quick, beautiful and pretty, sleepy and tired. Each pair of synonyms has a similar meaning. For instance, if you say the dog is fast or the dog is quick, the meaning would be the same. So I could say the butterfly is beautiful or the butterfly is pretty, and it means the same thing. Or I could say the man is sleepy, or I could choose to say the man is tired. Exactly. So synonyms are two words that mean the same thing. Yes, but it is important to note that often words have many synonyms. For example, something that is good could be great, fantastic, amazing, terrific, wonderful, super, excellent, stupendous, or superb. There are probably even more synonyms I didn't think of. Oh no! How will we ever learn them all? Relax. You probably fantastic, amazing, terrific, wonderful, super, excellent, stupendous job learning about synonyms. Thank you for joining me at Riverzone.
Yeah. So how was that? So did you notice how using synonyms makes the sentences more vivid, more picturesque, more in detail, giving the exact emotion that's supposed to be there, right? About the vase being broken. See how my mom was angry when I shattered. Broke and shattered are two different words which almost have the same meaning. So when I shattered her favorite vase. See how these small changes in the words make a lot of difference to the sentence. So synonyms are actually used by writers to make them more exact, more impressive, and more colorful, or more imaginary even. Whenever you say a shattered vase, you can picture a broken vase which broken into pieces. If you just say a broken vase, it could just be a small crack or something. But a shattered vase gives a completely different picture, right? So that's how synonyms are very helpful when we are not only reading, even when we are speaking. So it gives the listener, whoever is listening to you, a better picture of what you're trying to say. So these are more synonyms. You know, generally we say abroad. Abroad, what does it mean? It could be a foreign country, or you could say overseas. So these are synonyms for abroad. Accord. In accordance with that. You know, the word accordance has come because of agreement. When you agree with something, you're in accordance with that. So agreement, accordance. Admit. The thief admitted to his mischief or to his robbery is when you confess. You can also say confess. The child confessed that he broke the vase. Okay, he admitted. Agree also means consent. Okay, she agreed to his proposal. She consented to his proposal. Generally, we don't say consented, we generally say agreed. There are some instances where agree sounds more correct, and consented. She consented when she was asked if she would like to take the promotion. Okay, so that answer, response, awful, we already saw that, terrible. Correct, right. Delicate, fragile. Delicate is something which is very fragile, it's something that can break easily. Eager, keen. I was very eager to start this class. I hope you were all keen to listen to it as well. Inquire, investigate. Okay, there was an accident, the police are investigating the case, they are inquiring about the case. Evil, bad, exit, leave. So synonym often express a nuance of a meaning as used in different registers of speech or writing. Generally, there is a slight change in the nuance in the sense that here awful and terrible, though they are synonyms of each other. When I say I had an awful experience last year, or the soup tastes awful. Okay, awful means something that I don't like. Terrible, if I use the soup tastes terrible, it means something that is not good at all. Awful could be that I don't like it, right? Terrible means it's not good at all. I had a terrible experience last year. It could be anything. So there's a slight difference in exit is more formal, leave is more, when we speak, oh, you can leave now. You don't say you can exit now. But whenever you're writing, exit is used. When you see that, in cinema halls and things like that, the word exit is written, not leave. So exit is more formal than leave. So some words are more formal than others. So sources of synonyms. So where did we get all these synonyms from? So where do we get them from? Synonyms are generally from different strata making up a language. That is, synonyms are how did they actually come is, English is a very funny language in the sense that it has borrowed words from all languages, right? So we have lots of words from Latin, from Greek, from Rome, from Welsh, from of course the English is from England, and then we have Indian words, we have Sanskrit words, we have Russian, we have Arabic words. So it is actually a hodgepodge of so many different kinds of words, different kinds of languages, different languages of the world. So, for English, Norman French English, superstratum words continue to coexist. That is, English generally, it came from the Norman French and from the Saxon derived. So, Anglo-Saxon weeks, both are English. Okay, Norman French and Anglo-Saxon both are English people, but there were two tribes, okay, which use different words for the same thing. For example, the Norman French people said people said, this is what they said people, liberty and archer. These were the words used by Norman French people. The same words were used by the Saxon, Anglo-Saxons, and who said people were called folk, liberty was called freedom, and archer was called bowman. So both English people, but from their ancestors, from their background, they got these words: people, liberty, archer. And similarly, Anglo-Saxons say folk, freedom, bowman. Actually, the word, I'm sure you've all seen the car, the Volkswagen, right? Which is spelled like, I think it is something like this it's written. I don't know, or is it like this? I know, the logo is something like this. It's Volkswagen. It's actually, we say Volkswagen, but it is actually pronounced as Volks in German means folks. Folks means people. So Volkswagen is what it is called. Okay? So folks means people. So Volkswagen it is, not Volkswagen. Next time when you see one on the road, don't say Volkswagen, say Volkswagen. Again, here the L is silent. It is like it is not Volkswagen, it is Volkswagen. So, I don't know, how did this come here? Oh. What are the uses of a synonym? What are the uses is, synonyms often express a nuance or a meaning used in different registers for writing and for speaking. Sometimes for writing especially, they use, instead of using the same word, having the same nuance is used. Like the word happy, it had so many. Merriment also means happy. Merriment is when you jump for joy or when you're making merry. We say Merry Christmas, Happy Christmas. Merry is when everybody is happy. So happy, merry, they're all, but there's a slight difference to the words. So different technical fields may use appropriate synonyms for specific technical meanings. Sometimes synonyms are used for different technical meanings. Technically, there might be a slight difference. Okay, and some writers, they do not like to use the same word again and again, so they become creative and they use synonyms. And this is called elegant variation. Sometimes it is criticized, but this sounds good, looks good, and looks more creative. So this is called elegant variation. So whenever you're writing an answer or a page or a paragraph or an essay, see that you don't repeat the same words again and again. So words that mean the same: intelligent, bright. Can you give me some more words for this? Intelligent, bright, some more synonyms? Try. Yeah, you could even say difficulty. Problem is a difficulty also. Problem, difficulty, challenge, right? Difficulty is also a problem. Clever, smart, brilliant, very good. Very good. Excellent. Very good, very good, very good. See, I knew all of you were very clever. That's why I gave you that clever word. Bright, brilliant, smart, very good, intelligent, plentiful, abundant. Abundant means plentiful. Synonyms for that could be plenty. Oh, yeah, good. Somebody said houseful. It's not movie tickets houseful. Okay? It's full. Plentiful is also full. Or many, more. These are all synonyms for plentiful. So now let's discuss about etymology. You must be wondering, why do we have to worry about etymology? What is etymology? Etymology is actually the root of that word. Where did that word come from? Has it come from Greek? Has it come from Latin? You know, if anybody has watched Spell Bee, have you watched that contest, Spell Bee contest? Go and check it out. If you even on your smartphones, if you say Spell Bee, you can watch it. You know how the students find the spelling of a word? By knowing the etymology. Etymology means the origin of the word. That is, whether it is derived from Latin. Actually, synonymum is a Latin word where we get synonym from. So, which is borrowed from ancient Greek. So, etymology is to know the origin of the word, where it has come from. So, by knowing the origin, you can actually tell the spelling of the word also. It's like chilly, cold, freezing, with the same meaning or almost the same meaning. One thing we must remember, when we change or use a synonym for a word, see that you're using it in the same context. That is, if it is a noun, the synonym should also be a noun. If it is a verb, the synonym should be a verb. If you're changing an adjective, see that the adjective, the word you're changing is also an adjective. Similarly, if it's a preposition, the one that you substitute should also be a preposition. So just for example, noun, drink and beverage are both something, liquids that you can drink, okay? Liquids that you can drink. So drink, beverage, both are nouns. Similarly, buy, purchase, both are verbs. Adjective, big, large, or happy, merry, joyful, delight, these are all adjectives. Adverb, quickly, speedily, okay? These are adverbs. Preposition, on, you can put it in the box, you can put it inside the box, same thing. You can put it on the table, you can put it upon the table. So on, upon, in, out, inside, out, outside, all these are synonyms of prepositions. So remember that also. Can we have the next video, please? Now, synonyms can be used and sometimes cannot be used in some contexts. Like, some synonyms are more formal. You could, when you're speaking, you can say, tell your friend that my mom is sick, so I cannot come to college tomorrow. But in your leave letter, you cannot, though mom is a synonym for the word mother, you cannot write, my mom is sick, so I cannot come to college tomorrow. You'd have to write, my mother is sick, right? Mom and mother, though they are synonyms, while speaking, some are okay informally, but especially when you're, in formal context, you cannot use some words, though they are synonyms of the same thing. So similarly, words like feline, okay? Some lexicographers claim that no synonyms have the same meaning. There's a slight variation in each word. So no two words have the same meaning. And because etymology, that means the root or the orthography is how it sounds, the phonic qualities or the connotations, that is ambiguous meanings, usage are all different. Words have different, they are slightly different from each other. Otherwise, why would there be so many different words? Cool, chill, freezing, all these words are similar. Okay, there are synonyms, but there is slight difference between chill, cool, freezing, cold, right? So that difference has to be it is more pronounced when you use them for describing something. Just like feline is more formal than a cat. You don't say, I saw a feline cross my path. You will not say that. You would say, cat crossed my path. But probably while writing, you could write it as a feline, right? Feline means a cat. It's a formal way of expression. So long and extended are also synonyms of the same word. I had a long break, okay? Or I had an extended lunch break, meaning the same, long break, extended lunch break. But then long and extended cannot be used interchangeably, because you cannot say she had a long arm. You can say she had a long arm. You cannot say she had an extended arm, right? Extended arm is something is attached, right? So that's why long and extended, though they are synonyms, in some cases you cannot use them interchangeably. So you cannot say extended arm, you can say long arm. So they are also a source of euphemisms. So what is an euphemism? Euphemism are words are words which we use when we are talking negative or harsh or bad words, or words which are very crude. Instead of saying those words, generally we don't say somebody, you don't say my uncle died today. You may not say that. What would you say? He passed away, right? My uncle passed away today. Or somebody passed away. You don't say dead Mr. Kumar or Khanna, Rajesh Khanna. You don't say dead Mr. Rajesh Khanna. What would you use instead of dead? You will use late Mr. Rajesh Khanna. So late in this sense is a euphemism for dead. Right? Generally in greeting cards or invitation cards, instead of if the father is expired or the grandfather is expired and they want to mention him in the invitation card, they don't write dead Mr. So-and-so. They write it as late Mr. So-and-so. So late actually denotes that it's a euphemism for dead. Similarly, passed away is a euphemism for dead. Or you couldn't say in companies, they say so many people were, somebody might say, I am voluntarily retirement. Maybe he was terminated from the job. He will not say, I was terminated or he was terminated. You would say, I voluntarily retired from the job, or I'm semi-retired now. So, whenever those harsh or negative words are there, to give them a softer meaning, euphemisms or synonyms of the same words are used. So that's a euphemism. So now, actually that time of the day when we will test what we know what we've learned today. So let's see if you've learned something today, whether how good your vocabulary is, whether you can identify the synonyms in these sentences. What is the synonym for words actually? Allotment. What does allotment mean? Let me see some answers. The allotment here means share. Okay, what is the synonym for neat? Put it in a sentence. You look very neat today. He looks neat today. Or the room looks neat today. It's not negative, it's not almost, it's not portion, it's dapper. Dapper means when somebody is looking dapper, it means they're looking very good, very neat, very clean. Okay, dapper could be more than neat also. They're looking very nice. It's dapper. Next, what is the synonym for moody? When somebody is moody, what is the other word that you can call them? Grief. Huh? Moody. Synonym for moody is sullen. What is the synonym for ogle? Ogle. What is ogling? Ogling is not a very good thing. Ogle is gaze. It means when you stare at something for long, it's called ogling. So the synonym for ogle is gaze. Lengthy gaze is called ogling. What is the synonym for frigid? Easy. It's not fridge. I'm sure you've got the answers here. Dapper, yeah, somebody got that right. Yeah, chilly. Chilly is the right answer here. Chilly, yeah, some of you got that right. Frigid means chilly. Or chilly means frigid. Synonym for indolent. What is the synonym for indolent? Lazy. I'll change the color. What is the synonym for engaging? It was a very engaging class. It was a very engaging movie. It was a very engaging lecture. I think you'll get the meaning, right? So it is not boring, not married, not understanding. It is spellbinding. What is spellbinding? When your concentration is, you're like in a spell where you're only concentrating on one thing. When it's an engaging movie, you're spellbound by the pictures. So that's spellbinding. What is the synonym for sob? When do you sob? When you cry. That is sob. So what is the synonym for that? Wail. You know, the woman was wailing when she saw that her child had fallen, or when she saw that her child got hurt. She was wailing. So wailing means crying out loudly or sobbing. It's just a synonym, not the exact meaning. What is the synonym for notion? You know, I have this notion that COVID might soon end and we'll all be back to classes, offline classes. So what's a notion? What's a notion? Notion is a thought. What is the synonym for shroud? Shroud is a piece of clothing. What is the synonym for valorous? Valor. Valor is courage. So what is the synonym for courage? Here, heroic. What is the synonym for bustle? Tell me, you people write down and tell me what the synonym for bustle. Veil is correct. Heroic is correct. For bustle now, tell me the synonym for bustle. It's not break. I'll give you a hint. I do not like the hustle and bustle of the city. I like peace in a small town. I like the peace in a small town. The hustle and bustle of the city. Got the meaning now? Yes. It's the hurry. Hustle and bustle is the hurry of the city. Oh, did I go back? Uh-oh. Oh my God. So hurry is the right word here. I don't like this color. What is the synonym for esteem? Esteem is cherish. Similar. What is the synonym for orangutan? No, it's gargantuan. Gargantuan means what? Means immense, big, huge. Next, what is the synonym for serene? There was a serene atmosphere around the lake. What is serene? Very calm. So if you want to say serene, calm, it is tranquil. Tranquil. And what is the synonym for incandescent? Incandescent is dark. What is the synonym for rupture? Shatter. Now I want you all to write down these words and find the synonyms, at least 2 or 3 at least, 3 synonyms for each of these words. Write down these words. I've just given you A, B, C. About 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 words, and write down the synonyms. I'm going to ask you in the next class whether you got them right. So please write down these words and find the synonyms for that. I don't mind if you know them already. You can write one at least that you know and then search for the rest. Okay? You should write at least 3 synonyms for each word, because that is how you will improve. Sometimes you already know some synonyms, so write the ones you already know first. Don't immediately go to this smartphone and start checking, finding. It's very easy to copy like that. But it's good when you use your brain also. Let it think for a little while. Try to find it on your own. If you can't, then sure, take the help. But that way even your brain will start thinking. So find these synonyms and do more synonyms. Practice with more synonyms, because they are going to be there in the test that we'll be having. I don't know, I think this Wednesday you're going to have a test that's a consolidated test of all the syllabus that we've covered from the beginning. Nouns, adjectives, verbs, adverbs, prepositions, articles, determiners. What else did we do? All these things. It'll be conjunctions. It's a test including all this. Synonyms, antonyms, and the rest we will have another day. But all the previous ones, not today's class, until the last grammar class, we'll have all those in tomorrow's test. So prepare, go back to your old pages, revise them, prepare. It's a grand test. which includes all the topics we've covered so far. I'm sure you'll do very well because you've been doing well. So go back, revise a little, and you'll do fine. Okay, I think that's all for today. I hope you've noted down these words. I'll leave them on for a minute, and I think it's time to say goodbye. See you all next class. Bye then.